The top 10 poorest countries in the world 2023 base on their GDP or gross domestic product per capita. Top 10. Madagascar, current international dollars, 1,907. Madagascar still holds one of the highest poverty rates in the world at about 75%, growth is sluggish, and inflation stands at about 10%. The country has also faced an unprecedented series of challenges, along with the economic and social consequences of the pandemic. Top 9. Chad, current international dollars, 1,807. Chad has Africa's 10th largest oil reserves, yet poverty remains widespread, making it the 9th poorest country in the world. Top 8. Liberia, current international dollars, 1,789. Africa's oldest republic has ranked amongst the poorest countries in the world for many years. Expectations were high when the former football star George Weah became president in 2018. His years in office were instead marred by high inflation, unemployment, and negative economic growth. Top 7. Malawi, current international dollars, 1,688. One of Africa's smallest nations, Malawi's economy, largely dependent upon rain-fed crops, remains vulnerable to weather-related shocks. Food insecurity in rural parts is extremely high. Today, Malawi is grappling with an economic crisis that has led to fuel shortages, a surge in food prices, and a sharp devaluation of the currency. Top 6. Mozambique, current international dollars, 1,584. Rich in resources and strategically located, this former Portuguese colony has often posted average GDP growth rates of more than 7% in the past decade. According to the IMF, the economy remains in high gear. It grew by 7% in 2023, and it is projected to continue at about 5% this year and the next. Top 5. Niger, current international dollars, 1,600. With 80% of its landlocked territory covered by the Sahara Desert and a rapidly growing population dependent upon small-scale agriculture, Niger is under threat from desertification. Food insecurity is high, as are disease and mortality rates. Top 4. Dominican Republic of the Congo, current international dollars, 1,510. Since gaining independence from Belgium in 1960, the DRC has suffered decades of rapacious dictatorship, political instability, and constant violence, making it a regular in our rankings of the world's poorest countries. Top 3. Central African Republic, current international dollars, 1,127. Rich in gold, oil, uranium, and diamonds, the Central African Republic is a very wealthy country inhabited by very poor people, and has been among the poorest countries in the world for the better part of a decade. Top 2. Burundi, current international dollars, 890. Tiny landlocked Burundi lacks natural resources and has been scarred by a 12-year civil war, contributing to its ranking of second poorest country in the world. With about 80% of Burundi's roughly 13 million citizens relying on subsistence agriculture, food insecurity is almost twice as high as the average for sub-Saharan African countries. Furthermore, access to water and sanitation remains very low and less than 5% of the population has electricity. Top 1. South Sudan, current international dollars, 476. The very poorest of the world's poorest countries, South Sudan has been racked by violence since its creation in 2011. Rich in oil reserves, the landlocked state of roughly 11 million represents a textbook example of the resource curse, whereby abundance fosters political and social divisions, inequality, corruption, and warfare. The majority of the population is employed in traditional agriculture, although violence and extreme climate events often prevent farmers from planting or harvesting crops. These are the ranking of the 10 poorest countries in the world in the year 2023. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and also don't forget to hit the notification bell for more updates.